NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. The first carry for Wendell Smallwood. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
Give him 6 yards in the first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, a give to Conner. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively.
On the pickup.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10 is Conner. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Calais Campbell on the stop. Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on an opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are, and you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Complete to Washington. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sidelines thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And Boswell has this one going left, no good. He missed it left, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. J.K. Dobbins, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Jackson now off the bootleg. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe. Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe for a minute. Let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Roethlisberger will hand the counter. The tackle made by L.J. Ford.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Roethlisberger will throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Jihad Ward in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're still looking at 0 on the scoreboard, and they're going to be hard-pressed to do anything with his field position as they'll start at their 1-yard line.
This almost...
He's got daylight. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, 5, and oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 98 yards, so close. They get this out left, and that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, Marquise Brown. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Now it's Jackson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
That good for 22 and a first down.
I can't stand myself.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 20! And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
First down, Pittsburgh.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. On first down, Connor. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
23-yard line.
Second and 15. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Again to Smallwood out of the gun. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run for it with Smallwood. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Wendell Smallwood, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead.
Steelers 7, Ravens 6. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Marquise Brown on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
5-yard line.
Second and 10. Throwing again. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Devin Bush able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Another run here with Dobbins. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 9. First down, Baltimore.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And now the third-year man out of Rutgers, it's Gus Edwards. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
At the 19-yard line.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Being chased out left. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming fourth down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Good.
Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Four yards remain for second down. Again, a run with Connor. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
We're in Baltimore, third quarter action, 2nd and 10. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Right back to Connor here on first. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Thirty-eight-yard line, 2nd and 9. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Short little throw to Ebron. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Washington's got it. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
A 50-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
And 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Jackson setting up the screen here to Edwards. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run here with Edwards. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Again, it'll be Edwards. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
A 2-yard gain. It's now 4th and goal.
Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back them up 5. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. That's offline. He hooked it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. From the 10-yard line, here's second and goal. Again, it's Edwards. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
The tackle.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a one-score game. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. They'll try and run. Edwards. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll set them back 5. Yeah, slightly more difficult attempt here from the 20. No, and the increased distance may have cost him there, as it is no good.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. By rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to throw. Back to Smith-Schuster, this time complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for the Ravens, it's a win that was long overdue as they move to 1-6 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-.